El Capitan was born of fire. Ancestral North America collided with a nearby tectonic plate under the Pacific Ocean approximately 220 million years ago, forming the 3,000-foot-tall granite cliff that rises from the modern-day Yosemite Valley in central California. It's one of the most recognizable aspects of Yosemite, and among mountaineers, one of the most well-known ascents worldwide. But there was a tragic accident recently where free solo climbers died at Yosemite's El Capitan. On September 28, an experienced Korean climbing guide reportedly passed away in Yosemite after rappelling off the end of his rope while descending from Sickle Ledge on the iconic El Cap route, the Nose. According to the National Park Service, 2 men ascending Yosemite National Park's El Capitan granite rock wall perished on Saturday morning. According to the agency, Tim Klein, 42, of Palmdale, California, and Jason Wells, 46, of Boulder, Colorado, fell off the free blast climbing route and were not injured. At 8:15 on Saturday morning, park rangers and search and rescue personnel responded to calls. It was said that both were very skilled climbers. Multiple Reddit and Mountain Project individuals claimed to have witnessed the accident. One female hiker wrote, "He landed about 5 feet from me. My clothes, sneakers and gear were all sprayed with the debris from his impact. It was horrendous." One climber who witnessed the fall and impact reported, "I was lucky enough to be shielded by some bushes just a few feet away from where he landed and didn't have to see the result. My friend jumped towards it to try and help and retreated screaming, so I focused my attention on her. I read about accidents like this many times. I've been climbing for 25 years, but I never imagined the violence of it, the speed, like a bullet, the sound." The men were simul climbing, where both climbers climbed at the same time. Although ropes are used in this technique, falling is still incredibly dangerous, as there is no fixed anchor to take the force of the fall. When climber Alex Honnold accomplished a free solo, ascending El Capitan's peak without the use of safety gear, in less than 4 hours nearly a year ago, the world took notice. Large portions of El Capitan are basically like walking on a sheet of glass, according to Honnold in 2016, who also described the rock's free blast section as like a 10-pitch slab. The incident remains under investigation at this time, Yosemite National Park spokesperson Scott Getterman said in an emailed statement to SF Gate. The park has not identified the deceased or released any details on where and when the climber fell. An estimated 2.5 million climbing deaths occur on average in the park, according to an analysis of climbing deaths and injuries in Yosemite conducted by search and rescue ranger John Dill and presented in the paper Staying Alive. Looking at climbing data from between 1970 and 1990, Dill found that 51 climbers had died in that period. At least a dozen more would have died if it had not been for the quick response from medical and rescue teams, according to the analysis as noted on the NPS website. Not surprisingly, most injuries happened during the leader falls and involved feet, ankles, or lower legs. And for many, these are the accepted risks of climbing, sources state. 2 climbers died on El Capitan in 2018, according to previous reporting by SF Gate. The instructor was killed while rappelling from Sickle Ledge on the Nose, one of the most famous routes on Yosemite National Park's iconic rock face. That's according to Tom Evans, a lifetime photographer and chronicler of climbing on El Capitan. He had several of his students with him on the route when he went down to fix the lines on the deck and went off the end of his rope. Evans wrote for El Cap Report on September 29. Ours is a close-knit climbing community here in Yosemite, and we all mourn his loss and send condolences to his friends and family in this difficult time. Representatives for Yosemite National Park didn't immediately respond to a request for more information. Several hikers and climbers have been injured or died over the past few years after falling from the 7,500-foot rock formation in Yosemite National Park. Just last month, a U.S. Air Force flight instructor rescued a hiker who fell 80 feet from Half Dome in Yosemite during a heavy wind. At 8:15 on Saturday morning, park rangers and search and rescue personnel responded to calls. One of the lower portions of the 3,000-foot granite wall is the free blast route. The 2 men were reportedly roped together when they fell 1,000 feet, according to sources. According to a friend, Wayne Willoughby, Tim told me that Jason was the strongest and the best partner he had ever climbed with. The website, which misspelled Tim's last name as Client, said. Rangers are still looking into what caused the mishap, according to the website. The two started climbing regularly together while attending college in San Diego, and they had climbed El Capitan several times together. Climbers who take on the adventure of scaling El Capitan follow important safety tips to stay safe. Firstly, they plan a lot before the climb. This includes studying the route, checking the weather, and understanding their challenges on El Capitan. They learn skills like anchoring, belaying, and rappelling. They also get trained in rescue techniques in case something goes wrong. Wearing the right gear is crucial. Climbers wear helmets to protect against falling rocks, harnesses to attach to ropes, and good shoes for grip and support. Climbers use dynamic ropes that absorb the energy of a fall. They make sure their rope systems are strong and have backups in case something breaks. Anchors are important too. Climbers carefully place the test anchors to make sure they can hold them if they fall. Climbers check forecasts and watch for any changes. If the weather gets bad, they might stop and go back down. Climbers always assess the risks. They think about the quality of the rock, how hard the route is, and how they feel physically and mentally. This helps them make smart decisions during the climb. Climbing with experienced partners is common. Climbing in pairs or small groups mean they can help each other and make decisions together. Leaving no trace is important. Climbers follow this rule to respect nature and keep El Capitan and its surroundings beautiful. Knowing how to rescue themselves is a skill climbers have. They learn what to do if they get stuck or need to retrieve gear without outside help. The American Alpine Club's annual Accidents in North American Climbing report indicates that approximately 30% of all climbing accidents occur while descending. Many of these, such as the 2019 death of professional climber Brad Gobright, involve climbers rappelling off the end of their ropes after neglecting to tie a stopper knot. Last year, climbing digital editor Steve Potter wrote about seemingly obvious mistakes like these: poorly tied knots, improperly fastened harnesses, and how even the best of us, John Long, Lynn Hill, Todd Skinner, to name a few, aren't above making them. Yosemite's weather can change quickly, making the climb up El Capitan even harder. It's impressive how brave and skilled guides need to be to help climbers on this huge rock. The granite rock on El Capitan, while solid, is not immune to natural processes like erosion. Rockfalls can occur, posing a risk to climbers both above and below. Helmets are essential to protect against falling debris. The accident is a strong reminder that, even with careful planning and lots of experience, the weather at Yosemite's El Capitan can be both helpful and tricky. It makes us think about how guides must balance adventure and safety while leading people through a place that needs both technical skill and strong determination. Climbers are like a big family, supporting each other when things get tough. The accident has started conversations about how to keep everyone safe, how guiding should change, and the challenge of reducing the risks of climbing big rocks. While we await more information about the accident, the excitement for adventure remains. Yosemite's El Capitan shows how bold people can be when faced with big challenges. The climbing community, collected by their love for exploring, will keep going after the thrill of climbing tall rocks, always remembering what they've learned from El Capitan. What are your thoughts on this? Let us know in the comments section below. For more videos like these, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click on the bell icon to always be updated with the latest news as soon as it's uploaded. Thanks for watching. See you again soon in the next one.